Told him I said hello. Hey Stephanie, hey Ben. Hey Mrs. Etna. Blessings to y'all. Blessings. Today has been a busy day. Today has been a busy day. Today has been a busy day. How y'all doing today? Gonna let the room fill up just a little bit more. I wanted to just share some of my thoughts today, just some of the things that God has been revealing to me today. I will say this, this week has been so humbling, not in a bad way, but it's been humbling in a good way. It's been one of those weeks where even though I feel that certain things should be done a certain way, it's been a humbling experience just to see God provide for me as I need things. And I'll say this. Hold on one second, you guys. I gotta put this dog on the sofa. Hold on. Now, why are you running? Why are you running? Come here. You run over here. Oh, yeah. All right. Heavy, Mom. There you go. Good girl. All right. I had to put my dog on the sofa. But it's been one of those, weeks where, I've really had to surrender. I've really had to submit, to the fact that God may not want to move according to how I would prefer. Can anybody else attest to that? It's been one of those weeks where I've really had to humble myself to his sovereignty and to just accept the way that he wants to do things. And I believe that there are some of you guys that have been right there. Some of you guys may have moments where, where you kind of just want to go against the grain of submitting to his sovereignty. One thing I have always learned about God, he won't ever move according to how we feel he should move. Like, he cannot be bossed around. I'm gonna say that again. Like, when you really think about how sometimes how we approach God and how sometimes ungratefulness enters in, it's like we forget who's the real boss. And it's not to say that I've been doing that, but I have done that in the past. And I'll say even now that I'm thinking about it, earlier this week it was that same way, right? God, my car note, God, this bill. And I was so bent out of shape, thinking about everything else that I had to do. I knew I had to get my hair done because it was beyond time. And as I sit here today, even though I'm still waiting on some of those things, it's like God is sovereign. It's really like I've been living the epitome of Matthew 6:34. Like having that childlike faith that just trusts that as I move that God will release whatever it is. I've been seeing it play out all day. Now, has it been how I would have preferred? No. God says I need to say that again. He hasn't moved this week how I would have preferred. Listen, if we really think about some of our preferences avoid struggle. Our preferences avoid the comfortable places where our faith is matured, where, our faith is showcased. I'm sure that everybody on here can say, if God were to ask you how you preferred for him to, move in your life, you would have a certain way that you would want him to do it. Whether it's God giving you, more than enough, whether it's God, opening up a door, whether it is, a relationship, whether it is we all have preferences. But as I was sitting here, I had just taken my dogs out. I said, Lord, even though like life will never be perfect, even though like this week has had its trying moments, it's been a lot. Even though like I've been like low key, like I be ready to go to bed at night. Even though some bills still need to get paid, it was literally like, but God, I've had everything that I needed. Everything that I needed. And I believe like some of you guys, like if you really just like look, take a step outside of the box that you've been in. The box of like your preferences. And it's like, when you really like think about it, yeah, you may still be waiting to hear back from the mortgage company. You may still be waiting to find the apartment God has for you. You may still be waiting to hear back from the bank about a mortgage. You may still be waiting to pay a very important bill or several important bills. But did you lack? Why have you been lacking while you've waited? I think a lot of times we mistake what it means to really lack. Right? I think a lot of times like we really mistake like what it means to really lack. Like we'll say that we're lacking. And when we say that we're lacking, it's like we negate all the other things that God does to keep us afloat. It's like we overlook certain things. And it's like today I really couldn't help but be grateful. It's like, yeah, Lord, I still got to pay my car note. I still have to pay this bill. I need food. And I said, Lord, I still have a dog. You've made sure I could get the medicine. You made sure, that I could get my hair done. Like, you've taken care of everything as they have popped up. So why wouldn't you do the big thing? And it's like sometimes in our processes, worry just really, it consumes us. Worrying about the future, worrying about why we're waiting so long, worrying about, am I going to be able to get what God had, worrying about our own capabilities, our own strengths. And it's like even now, like he's reminding me of my wilderness, I received that. And it's like in my wilderness, I was so depressed, so anxious. I was both of them at the same time. It was a mixture of hopelessness and anxiety, fear about what I was going through overtaking me. And one day God gave me the strategy. And he said, child, I want you to do this for like 7 days. He said, I want you to make 2 lists. Like on one list, I want you to write down like what you are concerned about, like what's bothering you, right? And so it's like as I'm writing down like the things that I'm worried about, like if I can be real, it was only like 5 things that I was concerned about in that season. And then he said, I want you to make another list. And for the next 7 days, I want you to pay attention to like the depths that I go to take care of you. He said, so every single blessing, no matter how small it is, no matter how insignificant it is, even the large things, you find a parking space at the front of the store, write it down. That's me. That's me. And I'm gonna be real. I didn't make it to the end of the 7 days. I was like 3 days in. I was literally like 3 days in on like this list. I'd already written what I was like worried about, what was making me depressed, what was making me anxious. And like 3 days in, I had so many blessings that I had written down. Like if I can remember correctly, to many people it would have been small, insignificant. But I'm like, God, okay, so this person gave me $5. This person got me food. Somebody had gotten me like a weight belt during that time. It was a need. It was a desire. And someone freely like went and purchased one And God, it was so many things. And it's like blessings to you. It's like at the end of that list, like I realized that like we don't give God enough credit. Like we are way more blessed than the things that like we're stressing about. He wants me to say that again. Like we are far more blessed, way more blessed than like the things that we stress about. And like even as God has me talking about this exercise, like there are some of y'all that like, you need to do that exercise. Make your to list. Because I'm gonna be real, sometimes the things that we're worrying about, it ain't a lot of things. It may be like 4 or 5 things. But I guarantee, like if you make that second list and you just really pay attention to how God takes care of things that you ain't even thinking about. Why aren't you thinking about these things? Because your mind is so consumed with what you feel are the large things that it's like you forget. God is like covering us from every single angle there is. And by the end of those 3 days, I was supposed to go 7, but like by the 3rd day, I understood what God was showing me. I felt alone in that season, alone by myself dealing with the weight of that season. I felt like I was suffering more than I was blessed. And because of that suffering, it made me worry about how future events would turn out. Like I don't get y'all like even get like how real that anxiety, that pressure was. Some days I would like start seeing stars. I was panicking that much. God never allowed me to black out. But it got to the point where some days I'm like, God, if I keep thinking, I'm gonna black out. And then I had those moments where I just felt hopeless. Like no matter what I did, it felt like God wasn't blessing me. It felt like he wasn't moving on my behalf. It felt like, I'm just being transparent. Now, this is not how I feel now, but prior to doing that exercise. So it's like all of these things that I felt towards God, towards that season of life, towards my future, that list showed me that like even when you feel like God isn't paying you any attention, he's there. Like some of y'all really need to do that exercise. Some of y'all struggle in your mind more than you want to say that you struggle in your mind. Some of you guys have battled suicidal thoughts. Some of you guys battle depression. You feel that heaviness at night. Sometimes you feel it immediately when you wake up. Some of you guys do deal with anxiety. Yeah, you just be saying, oh, I'm an overthinker. No, that's an anxious spirit. That's an anxious spirit. And a lot of times God reveals those things that we don't pay attention to, like anxiety and depression. He reveals it in those moments where he has us sitting still. In those moments where we feel stuck, in those moments where we feel unseen, he reveals what's really in us. So the question becomes, what is really in you? And we sugarcoat a lot of times how we feel because we feel like we need to spare God's feelings. Some people get into a funk where you feel like you're struggling so much and so much is going wrong, right? And it's like when you think about everything that's going like wrong or not according to your plans or your expectations, like a lot of times you don't even want to think about, you know, what else is wrong with you because you already got all this pressure. But like some of y'all really need to do that exercise. That season taught me to appreciate God moving against what I would prefer. Like that season taught me. Like today, I had not a complaint in the world. I was just grateful. Like, yeah, God, I still got to pay my car note. I hadn't ate today. I need some food. I'm still having to carry my dogs down the steps. But today I've just been so consumed by surrendering, hello Capone, surrendering to his way, to his sovereignty. Coming out of that season, I was just reminded that there's nothing too hard for God. It's nothing that he can't do. In fact, if it's something that he hasn't done yet, it may not be time. And I know that sometimes hearing God say it ain't time, it hurts. Because a lot of times the things that God says, like not yet to, we be feeling like, God, I need you to move like right now. Right now. Today showed me that I had been rebelling against his sovereignty. I had been having the spoiled brat syndrome. God, I want to pay my car note right now. I want to pay this wash and dry bill, right? I want to do this right now. That I was like missing everything else that he's done for me. I could not have a dog. I could not have a place to stay. I could not have a vehicle. But I do. I could not know what my life calling is, but I do. Stop licking me. Stop it. Come here. You want to say hello? Stop licking me. Come, stop licking me. I could not. Okay. All right. I don't want any. Oh gosh, not the mouth, sir. Please. Yes, he is. Think about all the things that you could not have. You could not have a home. It's a blessing to say, God, we need help with our mortgage. It's a blessing to be able to say that you have a home. Think about all the things that you could not have, the things that you worry about, the things that I got these babies. I could just be by myself. And like, when I got home, I didn't feel overwhelmed, but I was just like happy. Like, God, I got dogs. I still got a puppy. She healing. Still got a puppy. You know, I could not have her. I could not. I just realized today, even though God didn't move the way I wanted him to move, he's been moving according to what I need, and it's been coming right on time. It's been coming right on time. The bank could have called me and said, hey, we need proof that you got that $1,000. The bank could have said that, but they hadn't called yet. Oh. Just say that to say, be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. You're in much better shape. Your life is in much better shape than you give God credit for. Your life is in much better shape than you give God credit for. Accept how he wants to move. Trust him. Like, if he can take care of things that you're not paying attention to, these are things that you ain't paying attention to. That was what that list was. It was things I wasn't even paying attention to. They were the least of my concern. But it's like, if he can pay attention to those things that I ain't even worried about, I don't even be knowing these needs gonna pop up. What makes me think that the bigger issues are not on his eyes, that they're not in his hands? To the person that needs to hear it, let God do it the way he wants to do it. Let God do it the way that he wants to do it. Let him move in your life at his own pace. He's going to come through right on time. That's why I'm not really concerned. Not worried about the car, not worried about anything, not worried about my dog, not worried about, God, what about food? I need food. I'm not worried about anything. And that's the broadcast. That's it. That's it. That's it. Amen. I'm not stressed. I'm just grateful. I'm just humbled. I'm just humbled. I'm just humbled. I'm grateful. I still got something that I can say, God, I need you. What a scary place it would be if we didn't need God. What a scary place it would be. Come on, I'm alive too. There are some of you guys that need to sow. The seed title is Seed of Gratitude. If you need to do that homework assignment, I encourage you to do it. I don't have a seed amount. You sow whatever God puts on your heart. You shouldn't have to receive a prophetic word to sow into a leader's life if you're gleaning from the oil. I don't know why he wanted me to say that. Someone here that needs to release $100 seed. You may feel led to release more. That's it. Right now, the money is going to go towards food. I had only a protein bar this morning that I had bought a few days ago. And I just need to eat. That's it. I just literally need to eat. So that's where the money is going. Whatever else is left is going to go up towards the car note and whatever else God needs me to do. But that's it. As funds come in, I'll let you guys know. I'm probably today going to order some pizza because I'm out of prep food. And so I'm just going to order something because I'm tired. I've been out all day. I don't want that toy. I've been out all day, and so that is where we are. If you're just sowing towards what my need is, just ask that you label it, God is faithful. And that's just you linking your faith up with mine. Stephanie's posted the ways for you to sow. You can sow via the Cash App. You can sow via PayPal. If you need prayers, thank you guys for those of you guys that gave awards. I'm so very grateful that you would do that. If you need prayer for anything, if you have prayer requests or testimony, you guys can, I guess it's the same thing, prayer and prayer requests, but y'all knew what I meant. You can send those to prayer.thoughtsbyt@gmail.com. Again, the funds are, what is that emoji? Again, the funds are going to go towards food. So before I get off of here, do I have anyone that is able to sow towards that goal? That's a cookie. I was like, what is that? If you're able to sow towards the goal, or just give me a 1 on the screen. If not, that's fine. I'm not going to linger on this broadcast. Oh, man. I'm like, I ain't never seen that emoji before. It's a cookie. I said, listen, I have never seen that emoji before. Listen, I've never seen that one before. Oh man. Again, the funds are going towards food. I just literally need to order me something to eat. But I love y'all. I'm rooting for you guys. And as I meet my goal of having enough to order me something to eat, I will let you guys know. And so I love y'all, rooting for you. So till next time, y'all. Peace.